Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Rufio Phoenix and welcome back to another vlog. Today we're going to do a little captain's talk, a little captain's log about recent events and how I have been learning recently, restudying my main routine, I guess, to see if I have an error in my thinking. But even if I do, I haven't found it yet. So let's go ahead and just go on a whim here. Recently in society, men walked out. Women are now saying they want to leave the country. This right here is a game theory expert's literal fun field. It's a fun factory for them. Okay? Hear me out. This is called a prisoner's dilemma. Do you remember when I mentioned to you that there was a story about a tutor who would walk up to a boy and the student was then instructed, do you see this stick? If you tell me this stick is real, I will beat you with it. If you tell me this stick isn't real, I will beat you with it. If you do nothing, I will beat you with it. The dichotomy is simple. This is the extreme level of prisoners' dichotomies. In this case, you break the stick, you break the function, you break the board. So how does this apply in gaming? Okay, so in Yu-Gi-Oh, when you go and you open game, let's say they go on the opening first turn, and you play second. If you're playing second, your main objective is to take apart their board while also being thwarted and parried rather harshly with even more complicated text. So, once this is done, if it can be done, you have a chance to win. But you have to break the stick. You got to break the board. Okay? The same happens in Magic the Gathering. If the whole table has a massive board state, a Day of Judgment, a Wrath of God, a Damnation, a Blasphemous Act, or a Cyclonic Rift will do the job wonders and with ease. Clear the board. If women want to pretend that like men are just all bad now, we don't do anything we should, or we bring the bare minimum. This isn't even the bare minimum. This is a one-bedroom apartment, and this is not the bare minimum. I have lived in the bare minimum. So, how does this relate to a prisoner's dilemma, a prisoner's dichotomy? Simple. In the instance that we play a game of comply or defect, there are 4 potential outcomes that can happen. There are 3 potential outcomes that transcribe to 12 potential combinations or 18 potential combinations between a man and a woman. Let's say the 2 players are 1 man and 1 woman. In this instance, men chose to, when presented with the question of relationships and love, men chose defect. Okay? Well, in this instance, defect means that you probably will gain only either 1 point if she chooses also to defect, but it also means that you could gain nothing. In this instance, men chose to comply with each other. We all, men, kind of agree that women need to be a certain type of woman to earn a wedding band. Thus is pretty reasonable, I think. Especially as men are expected to do thus for them. Women, on this other hand, while men all chose comply and have the possibility to either, if she complies, we both gain 3 points, or I gain 5 points and she gains nothing. This is the possibilities that can happen right now. Women are choosing defect. Lots of women recently have claimed that they want to leave America to go to either Canada, Italy, New Zealand, Japan. Okay. All right. Well, that's defect, and what that means now in the situation of this prisoner's dichotomy is that men, while they all comply, will gain 5 points now. We gain 5 points instead of 3 or 1. We gain 5 points, and you gain 0. Women. In game theory, this is called a prisoner's dilemma. And in this prisoner's dilemma, this is one of many prisoner's dilemmas that can come up. This is all tested in prison houses. And, of course, mental institutions. If you play a game of comply or defect, comply means the general populace of that subculture agrees. The one man agrees to comply to get what he wants. The women chose to defect and opt for something else. They got nothing in return, as they stand to offer nothing. They stand to gain nothing. We just watched a prisoner's dilemma unfold on the public of the United States of America between men and women over a battle of the sexes, albeit because women got mad that initially men said, we're better, and guess what? Physically, we are. Any man out there could do horrible, horrendous things. We're totally capable of it. Absolutely. We have generational genetic inheritance that gives us knowledge of combat, warfare, and the battlefield in general. We even think that love is like a battlefield. And in fact, inherently, love and war are the same in some consequences. How so? Simple. If you look at the prisoner's dichotomy and then you assess that the fact is that love and war both have a sense of fear and both punish vulnerability. Although, of course, the most compliant situation to this would be to grapple it into submission. Right? That's a martial arts concept, right? But still, that applies to game theory. You can do this, and by doing the right thing, complying. So where all men kind of chose to comply recently, most women are telling them no and defecting. They will get nothing in the end because they think that they're going to get what they want. They won't. That's the problem, is they think they're going to get what they want and they'll do anything to get it. And I bet you what that thing they want is everything men own and have built over the course of 2025 years. How much you want to bet women want the world? And even if they had it, they wouldn't be satisfied because, like that cartoon Megamind, you wouldn't be happy without a hero. You wouldn't be happy without a man. And like that, there are a lot of women out here like that Pearl girl who go on their channel and listen to someone ramble and then they're like, yeah, I know. Because they're discordiantly disturbed by the fact that all of you can't seemingly handle being in love. What it requires is vulnerability, the willingness to be capable while being vulnerable. War, combat, love, relationships, marriage, all require a middle ground of compromise. And if you cannot learn to compromise, women, you will get nothing. You know? So anyway, I think I've said my piece. The prisoner's dilemma, the current situation between women and the world of America, and how game theory basically teaches men how to succeed in this kind of situation. You know how I said the nerds do it best? Well, I wasn't wrong in the first place anyway. Maybe little Jimmy with the freckles, the stutter, stutter, and focals. Maybe he wasn't such a bad choice of a guy in the first place. Seems like he knew what he was doing and was infinitely calmer than any other alpha male out there. Maybe women should have chosen the short guy with the stutter and freckles over the bad boy that beat on them and made them a mess. But that's what they like. They choose to defect because they think they're going to get their way. The same thing happens in a prisoner's dichotomy. Anyway, I've said what I had to say. There's a channel out here called Game Theory. For those of you who aren't gamers or want to become gamers and don't quite understand game theory or how game sense, if you know what that is, game sense, understanding the predictability that someone might be right behind you, something like that, or right around the other corner, yeah, go watch Game Theory. It's a really good channel talking about how you can win more. Peace. Stay awesome and drink coffee. Be awesome. Be excellent. I'll see you in another video.